From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Monday, April 4th, 2022. I'm D. Ray Knight, and this is what's going on. Here is the latest on the war in Ukraine. Russia is facing a fresh wave of condemnation after evidence emerged of what appeared to be deliberate killings of civilians in Ukraine. Some Western leaders called for further sanctions in response, even as Moscow continues to press its offensive in the country's east on Monday. Germany's defense minister suggested that the European Union discuss a ban on Russian gas imports, but more senior officials indicated an immediate boycott was not possible. That's a sign that leaders could struggle in the short term to ramp up already severe sanctions on Russia. Ukrainian officials say the bodies of 410 civilians were found in towns around the capital. The images of battered bodies unleashed a wave of outrage that could signal a turning point in the war. In news closer to home, the leader of the South Dakota House says impeachment proceedings into Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg will cost state taxpayers at least $87,000. House Speaker Spencer Gosch said that the House Select Committee on Investigation racked up the bills on attorneys' fees while it looked into the events surrounding a fatal crash with a pedestrian in 2020. The committee last week issued a formal recommendation that the 45-year-old Ravnsborg should not face impeachment. There will be no Democrat candidate for the state's lone U.S. House seat, Amy Rose explains.
South Dakota Democrats have failed to produce a candidate for the state's U.S. House seat for the second consecutive election cycle. Representative Dusty Johnson, however, will face a Republican primary challenger. The winner of the contest between Johnson and State Representative Taffy Howard will likely represent South Dakota in the U.S. House, although independents could still enter the general election race at a later date. State Democratic Party Chairman Randy Seiler says a number of candidates considered a run for the office, but ultimately, for a lot of different reasons, they decided not to run. The deadline for members of political parties to file nominating petitions was Tuesday. The deadline for independents is April 26th.
The former owner of Thirsties in downtown Rapid City has pleaded guilty to a tax charge. 72-year-old Frank Morrison of Rapid City pleaded guilty to willful failure to withhold and pay over tax. The factual basis statement in the case says Thirsties withheld $16,266 from employees' wages in the third quarter of 2019, but didn't pay that over to the government. The statement also says Morrison withheld over $440,000 from employees' wages from 2008 through 2020 and didn't pay that over, as well as over $242,000 in employer portion of taxes on wages paid to employees. Prosecutors are asking for a prison sentence between 24 and 30 months. In national and international news, Democrats are launching a whirlwind week of votes and procedural maneuvers with the goal of confirming Ketanji Brown Jackson as the first black woman on the Supreme Court by Friday. After more than 30 hours of hearings last month, the Senate Judiciary Committee kicks off the process Monday morning with a vote on whether to move Jackson's nomination to the Senate floor. The panel could deadlock on the vote, meaning Democrats will have to spend additional hours on the Senate floor to do a discharge from the committee. The deadlock is due to the Senate's narrow 50-50 majority. Elon Musk is buying 9% of Twitter. Chrissy Davies has more.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk is taking a 9.2% stake in Twitter. Musk purchased approximately 73.5 million shares, according to a regulatory filing on Monday. Musk has been raising questions about the ability to communicate freely on Twitter, tweeting last month about free speech and the social media platform. Free speech is essential to a functioning democracy. Do you believe Twitter rigorously adheres to this principle? He tweeted. In a separate tweet, Musk said that he was giving serious thought to creating a new social media platform.
The NCAA men's college basketball final is tonight in New Orleans. It'll be the University of North Carolina taking on the University of Kansas. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Mostly sunny and breezy with a high of 67. Winds pick up tonight with a low of 37. And that was your Daily Slice for Monday, April 4th, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose and Chrissy Davies. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.